Welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to talk about sizing the opportunities that is in front of you. This morning I watched a video by Yes Theory. They're really cool. I remember seeing a video from them a while back. They were trying to fake to be an artist for 24 hours and made an artwork and try to sell it to a gallerist and try to find exhibition opportunities, and they failed miserably, but the process was super funny. I found it very entertaining and I started following them. And this morning I saw their YouTube video on trying to take a pizza guy to the dream location, wherever that he wanted to go, treat him for a surprise trip anywhere in the world. And guess what? The person who sized this opportunity was an artist, was a photographer. And I found it very inspiring in a very special way, because I remembered me having this opportunity and I couldn't say yes. I didn't say yes. And I want to first take you to the video. And basically, the guy who was so lucky to be offered that trip, he's like the dream trip, dreams come true, was not only lucky, but he was ready to be lucky. For example, when he first delivered the pizza to the Yes Theory guys, his first sentence was, "Are you the Yes Theory guys?" Like, he knew them. If you want to be an independent, creative professional, you need to know who are the players in your town, in your field. If you meet a collector, if you meet a curator, a gallerist, you need to know who they are, what they do. If you don't know nothing about nothing, then you would appear to be very less informed, very less ready to penetrate this market, and they don't want to talk to you even. Like, they are not going to be interested in your story if you don't know anything about what is going on in your industry. The second thing interesting is that this guy, the photographer, had a passport, and other guys, the previous two pizza delivery guys, did not have a passport. And it's very important, if you would like to travel the world, if you would like to be recognized overseas and have opportunities in an offshore overseas location, you need to have a passport. It's the precondition to travel. Otherwise, you'll not be able to travel anywhere without a valid passport. So he had a passport, which is really, really the deal maker. And other people didn't have passports, were the deal breaker of this trip. Last but not the least, this guy could tell his story in front of the camera. He wanted to become a photographer. He's doing the delivering pizza as a side hustle, meanwhile saving money, and meanwhile trying to make his website, start his social media, and try to be a professional photographer. Imagine, maybe some guys saw this video and say, "Hey, this guy seems to be really cool. I would like to hire him for my wedding, or I would like to hire him for my birthday, or for a special, maybe a trip, or whatever occasion that could be a business opportunity." Basically, if you're able to tell your story, tell a compelling story in front of the camera when the camera is pointing at you. You never know. Maybe one day you are just shopping in the shopping center and maybe a guy comes with a camera and says, "Hey, would you like to tell us about your story?" And you need to say your story out loud to be able to compose it, and compelling story very quickly. So you better be ready if you want to, tell a story how you would like to become an artist. The video was cool. They went to Venice, and that was basically the same location of the last Spider-Man movie, and also it's the Venice Biennale location, and it's a beautiful city, one of the most beautiful and cultured city in the whole world. And I really enjoyed the video, and I want to share with you how I did not say yes to the opportunity I came across. When I was 19 years old, I know that was a long, long time ago, I went to a workshop it's called 1 Minute Film Festival. In the 1 week workshop, you produce a 1 minute film and compete in the 1 Minute Film Festival. And the winner will be sent to Netherlands for a 1 week free trip, everything paid, to attend the ceremony. And it was an exciting idea. So me and a couple of classmates signed up, and we represented our school, attended the workshop, and we met all other students from the universities in my city, Beijing. And some of them were not exactly film school students, but they had the equipment, they had the passion to be a filmmaker, so we had all good time. And the organizer of the workshop, they told us that there is this opportunity in Japan to attend a seminar on filmmaking, and they were looking for a young producer in China to represent the young producer section and give speech and conduct research in English. So it has to be a Chinese who speaks English and who are willing to go to Japan for that seminar in around 1 month and a half. And they approached me because I was one of the few who majored in film production and I spoke fluent English. And my classmate didn't speak that well English, so they were not approached. And I didn't say yes. Actually, I pretty much said no. I said, well, number one, I'm so young, I'm not so experienced, and are you sure like you pick me? And number two, I don't have a passport. And if I had one, maybe it's gonna take me a month, and I don't know if there's enough time to organize it. Also that I'm not sure I can pass my final exam, which is in 2 months, and if I miss classes, I don't know if I can actually do it. So I said no. But then there is another guy who is a filmmaker. He majored in engineering, I remember, from another university. So he was not exactly a filmmaker, but he was very passionate. And he said, oh, would you consider that I go there? And he was very keen, and they finally chose him. And I didn't really follow up because after the workshop, I went on with my life, my study. And a couple of years after, before I left China, I came across him again. In the filmmaking world, it's a small circle. And he told me that that trip to Japan has totally changed his life. He was able to meet so many professional filmmakers. He felt more confident after he made his connections. And also the fact that he was 24, so he was at the last year of university. So he was already graduated back then. And then he was able to take all the opportunities as a career opportunities. And then he would move on to professional filmmaking. And he told me that that was really an amazing opportunity. And looking back, I recognized that it was my mistake not to accept it. On one hand, I was very happy for the guy who would use this opportunity to penetrate the film industry and change his life. On the other hand, I was also happy, and I feel very, in a way, positive about my choice because I didn't go, also that I could graduate, I could pass my exams, and also I could recognize what is an opportunity, by not taking it. And I knew what is that look like. So next time when someone comes to me and say, hey, would you like to actually attend a seminar? Next time I knew when to say yes, because I knew I have to be ready when an opportunity like this approached me again. Now coming back to this opportunity, we have to prepare for the worst. Like what happens if there's no opportunity? We have to have the resources to support ourselves and create opportunities, of course. On the other hand, we have to prepare for what if the most unlikely opportunity that is amazing that happens in front of you. You have to be able to quickly grasp the sense of how to make the most out of it, and to have, of course, all the elements to make it come true. For example, the elements could be having a passport that is valid and you can travel to the foreign country to attend a ceremony, networking event, or a seminar, or whatever opportunity that is coming along, and to have maybe some time reserved for it. If you're working, you have some holidays saved, so you could take holidays, take time off work, or you can afford quitting your job, so you have to have some money, or you can just to have maybe some plan Bs, like what if suddenly you are given this opportunity? Yeah, what are you going to do? So you have to be prepared, and also to have a social media, to have a website, to have name cards, and when people say, okay, tell me what you do, and then you will be able to tell your story, present your social media and portfolio, so you can really make a huge impression and to have more chance in your life and in your career. I hope my story have helped you, and if you have not yet subscribed, make sure you hit the subscription button. I make a video every day on how to become a professional artist and make money. Thank you very much for watching. That's it, and let me know in the comment below what kind of opportunities you are looking, and maybe we can discuss on how to find them. Thank you, and see you in the next video.